Welcome back to the channel, friends. Today we're rocking and rolling with some more Tape to Tape, the excellent hockey roguelite. And my friends, hopefully today's run is a story of redemption as we simply just try to get right. So without further ado, let's hop on in, check out Tape to Tape for yourself if you like. Link in the video description below, and let's rock and roll. And our team selection today is going to be the Trio Squad. Only 3 players on the ice, but goals assisted by both teammates increase the team's overall by 2. That is, of course, the special perk as enabled by the Serbi plushie. Let's see if Mr. McTwa can get it done. I'm going to play on veteran, game mode timer because it adds intensity. And let's rock and roll. Alright, so kicking things off here. So what do we have? I mean, we have the heavy helmet. If we can find a way to get the speed up, it's actually not terrible. Now, we're going to be really challenged in this particular run because we just have 3 skaters, right? So, it is tough. But the plus 100 checking is pretty compelling. We also have fast draw, which is good. I mean, faster shot release and recovery leads to goals. Certainly what we need. I think I like the prospect of heavy helmet here into a free agent. Otherwise, we have speed down below. That's another compelling option. McTwa gets an upgrade. Get some training. We get some team training down there. And then Cam Amber, I think you probably have to keep it top shelf. So let's go heavy helmets. Maybe we make a defensive defenseman. I think so, probably. I think we probably want to sub in Stu Stumple. Kowalski's stats are just terrible, just garbage. So let's have him train the overall. Think about that on the bench for a while. And you probably make McTwa your center. Let's keep Amber on the wing. Let's go Stu Stumple on defense. And maybe, just maybe, we can increase his speed enough and give him the heavy helmet. Let's go with something like that. Of course, the last time I did this, we loaded up forwards. So let's think about it a little bit differently. It's like we're slanted left here, big time. But in versus the lowly Spartans, and let's make sure our first assist here allows the Serbi plushie to proc off. Okay, that hits a traffic cone. To Amber, to Stumple. And you bet, Stumple gets it done, and Serbi plushie in the top left there procs off. We want to go to that well as much as possible in this run. Victory, good guys. McTwa looking like something from The Simpsons. Alright, so who do we get the heavy helmet to? Minus 30 speed, plus 100 checking. It makes you a missile. If we can get the speed up, it makes you a missile. Do you maybe give it to McTwa? Maybe. I think you probably do. I mean, he's our large character. We just got to get him more speed. And there's ways to do it. There's ways to do it. Not to mention, I mean, the guy has 3 eyes. So, if we're going to add some more size to the team, how about Sergei Lancelov, who's donning just 1 speed, though? 82 checking and 81 shot power. Ryan Pepito. 50 speed, 58 shot power, 51 accuracy, brings absolutely no physicality at all with just 4 checking. I mean, Lancelov, I'm a huge fan of the Lancelov. His speed is just so bad. However, if we can really go to the Serbi plushie well, maybe the size that Lancelov offers is a way to win. So we can probably train him speed. We can just have him sit there in the speed training, in this train speed. Either that or you bring out Kowalski, Stumple, and Ember and have McTwa train speed or overall. And that's another option too. I mean, 22 speed from your center just isn't good enough. I think you probably move Cam Amber to center then. Let's put McTwa on defense, the blue line. Stu Stumple left wing. Let's go with this. We're just going to have to get there. We're going to have to get there. So in versus the meatballs. Absolutely, let's do it. Chloe Crockett and company. Adam Gravy, Chloe Crockett. How about that? Angus McTwa gets it going early. Just beautiful pass. Just really seeing the ice good. Chloe Crockett with the shot. And yeah, McTwa is just slow, man. He's like in quicksand. Butcher fights that one off, though. And back the other way we go. Through the neutral zone. Hits McTwa up to a streaking Stu Stumple. Too sharp of an angle there. But McTwa wins it. And Stu Stumple in for a very, very nice shot. Let's keep charging up that overall here, boys. Let's go. All right, good face-off win there for Cam Amber. Stu Stumple with the shot. And losing the board battle, that's not ideal. Yeah, we just need more speed from Angus McTwa, but Adam Gravy gets it done. He's a pretty good scorer, actually. They got Chloe Crockett, the setup woman, if you will, who can really facilitate the puck well on this team. And then Adam Gravy, probably their top scorer. Cam Ember throws that one in the pads of the Butcher. That's kind of scary. Not good when you got players lurking. McTwa with the shots. Beautiful. Back to the Servy plushie well we go, and 3-1 is the score. Right, sly shot there. Like, real tight shot. Cam Ember can't quite control that puck. But with a beautiful stick in the defensive zone. Coming back the other way. Angus McTwa with the shot. And on the backhand. And that's why you like that heavy helmet, right? Angus McTwa, you absolutely bet. Yet another goal for the heavy-handed big man. All right, let's get it. Cam Ember. Stu Stumple. Pretty sharp angle there. But a good possession nonetheless. Stu Stumple back to Ember. Ember can't handle the puck, but McTwa gets nice and aggressive. Stu Stumble with the shot. Goes wide. We're playing like we have more than just 3 players here, boys. We're all over the place, just zipping around. Throwing the body. Doing physical things. All right, good job, Stu Stumple. Cam Ember from a tight shot. You can see that fast release on display. And McTwa tries from the blue line for just a one-timer. Can't quite get it done. Cam Ember gets dumped by the heavy helmets, and Adam Gravy doesn't miss yet again. All right, so we got a bit of a shootout here as expected, given we're down 2 skaters, but overall, I feel like our game is working. And most importantly, when we're scoring goals, we're doing so with a bunch of assists. That is good. 4 face-offs, 1 for the opposition. That is not good. We got to do better. Let's go, boys. Not to mention we have Sergei Lancelov on the bench, which is terrific. It'll be fun when we bring him out. Stu Stumple, no problem there at all. Another Serby plushie. Well, Prokop, you bet. Cam Ember coming through. Got McTwa, and another one, you bet. All right, so plus 14 overall. So let's check Lancelov's speed. See if he's ready. I mean, he's going to have to be ready by boss time, for sure. We're just kind of making do with the poor speed of McTwa, but it's working so far. 2 goals for Stu Stumple, 4 goals for Angus McTwa. Not to mention 2 assists. 6 total points and 6 assists for Mr. Cam Ember. That's what you like to see. You like to see a stat sheet that looks a lot like that. You bet. All right, avenge me. Enrage your allies when you get knocked down. Express delivery. Increases the speed of passes. Ideal for a center. Gain immunity for 1 second while charging a slap shot. I mean, who's going to end up having good shot power? I think you probably need express delivery. We got Cam Ember playing center right now. Is he our future state center? He probably is. So express delivery, Cam Ember. I think so. You could do worse. I mean, 6 assists, right? Look no further than that, I suppose. Hopefully we get some speed training. Angus McTwa, yeah, plus 15 speed, absolutely. All right, Blade Master. All right, Stu Stumple for the zap. Sergei Lancelov with the dash or Cam Ember with the tomahawk. Okay. I mean, Lancelov with the dash is so compelling, is it not? I mean, the guy has 94 checking and that helmet on. He's big. He's got 18 speed now. Lancelot with the dash seems fun, but I think you probably need Tomahawk on Cam Ember. You probably do. Tomahawk is very, very, very good. And inverse is the top cheese. Let's don the stick throw here, Cam Ember. What do you say, buddy? Of course, Willie Bree and company meet us today. And Willie Bree with an early shot. Backhand as well. And somehow that is held out of the net by the Butcher. Stick throw there. Willie Bree, that's right. Get acquainted with the stick throw. McTwa is camping in front of the net. The Butcher fights that one off. Cam Ember. The pass. Streaking Stu Stumple. McTwa with the big blast. Nothing. Coming back the other way. Stick throw. Butcher fights that one off. Gets it back to McTwa, who is sturdy. Absorbs a body check. Coming up to Cam Ember. Streaking. Stu Stumple streaking. Big shot there by Stu Stumple. Comes back the other way, a whole bunch of nothing. And you got to watch Willie Bree. You have to watch him. The man is a prolific scorer. And he just gets absolutely drilled. It's not good. We need a little bit better. A little more responsibility with the puck. We're also trying to move it, though, right? That one's absorbed into what appears to be like the shin guards of the skater. And McTois lays him down. McTois in all alone. Beautiful shot opportunity. And McTois comes up with the loose puck. Back the other way. Cam Ember. Stu Stumple from a tight angle. Alright, having some goal scoring issues here, but McTois is just throwing the body. Super physical. Cam Ember. The shot. Stick throw. Great time to deploy that stick throw. And we're trying to just make that extra pass. Doesn't always work out, does it? Alright, Stu Stumble corrals the puck. That was loose. And then McTois just throws an interception. Mark Scarpone can't close the deal. And that's how that one wraps up. A physical brand brought here today with 11 hits. Only 4 shots. We got to do better here, boys. We've got to do better. Alright, Cam Ember nearing injury. Do we pull him out? I mean, the stick throw is useful. We have Kowalski waiting in the wings. A Sergei Lancelov with high shot power and checking, of course. Don't know if the big man's quite ready. I don't want Amber to get injured, so let's go ahead and sub in Kowalski. Probably our weakest lineup, right? Our weakest team comp. But let's do our best. Stu Stumple just gets it banged around in the neutral zone there. Great stick there by McTois. McTois with the stick broken. It's just giving him props on the stick. And then it breaks. Alright, big shot there. Butcher fights that one off. And McTois is stickless. How about that? Manages to find the stick. And the Butcher is credited with the assist on that one. Serby Plushie procs off yet again. Good stuff. Kowalski finds McTois, and another one, you bet. Top left corner, Serby Plushie just procking off. Well, it took us a period to kind of get right, get the goal parade started, but here we go. Kowalski with the shot. Had a man draped all over him there. The heavy helmet just, it lets you check anybody into oblivion. If you can overcome the speed debuff, it's very good. I'm a huge fan. How about that? McTois just throwing the body. And he's like, just let me at him, boys. Chases him down. Kowalski ends up with the puck on the boards. Stu Stumple battling for it. That one hits a pipe. Willie Bree in close. Throwing the body, getting real aggressive. The Butcher gobbles it up. Coming back the other way is the trio squad. How about that? Kowalski comes off the bench and registers a goal. McTois with the shot from the blue line. Kowalski just rattling bodies. Tries to feed it to McTois for the one-timer. Almost had it, actually. Like in a lot of ways, we almost had it. McTois. Big blast there by McTois. Into the pads of the goaltender. Gives up the rebound. And Willie Bree. How about that? Accuracy on display there for Mr. Mark Scarpone. All right, here we go. Hit McTois. He's streaking in. Good shot. Hits a pipe. And coming back the other way. The top cheese. The Butcher fights that one off. And McTois gets it. Banging some bodies here. Feeds it up to Stu Stumple. Man, he had it for a moment. If but for a moment, he had it. He was wide open. And Kowalski lays him down, and we're going back the other way. One final push. Stu Stumple on the backhand from the blue line. Pretty weak shots. But that's how that one wraps up. And again, we go back to the Serby Plushie well several times. Which is exactly what you want to see. It improves everybody's speed, which is the most important thing, at least that I'm seeing. All right, so what do we have? Missing toe. A random opponent gets minus 20 overall for the game. Eggshell hands. Injuries always target opponent's hands, which is shot power. Spike armor relic. Everyone gains spike armor. I like it quite a bit. All right, so we have some speed. So what are you looking at, Lancelot? 29 speed now, right? So he's getting a little faster, which is absolutely terrifying. Angus McTwa back up to 55 speed. Can probably center our line again. I think he can. And we're actually in for a boss fight here. So who do we got? We're going to have the Zebra crew. Okay. Let's go. Cam Amber training. Plus 15 speed for Mr. Amber. Shot power or accuracy. Let's go speed. We've got to be speedy out there. And I think you have to probably bust out the Lancelot. Amber, need you out there as well, man. With that stick throw. Stu Stumple can train overall. He's kind of the next man up. Hopefully we don't need him. But 160 checking for Angus McTwa is crazy. See if we can play a physical brand of hockey here versus the Zebra crew. A little 6-on-3 hockey. And Lancelot looking imposing with that spike armor, man. Alright, nice stick throw. McTwa with an early shot. McTwa just throwing the body, man. And the Zebra crew gets it done. Dan hooks right with the goal. And we're just not winning faceoffs here at all. That guy gets his, head caved in by Lancelot. McTwa with the shots. Beautiful, beautiful assist there. And it looks like they're gonna let the goal count. They usually wave off the first one in this arena. Lancelot. Yeah, he's gonna be crashing bodies all day. Big blast there by Lancelot. I mean, once he's able to catch up with him, right? It's lights out. Cam Amber looks like he's looking for a stick. How about Lancelot, though? Right in the slot. Looks like Lancelot is going to dump both McTwa and himself. Maybe that's that spike armor. Alright, the Butcher gobbles it up. And somehow Lancelot is getting laid down. Who would have thought, man? It's unlikely. Doesn't often happen. The big man gets laid down. And we try to kind of get it into the slots. And how about that? McTwa with a very aggressive play. The Butcher gobbles that one up, and going back the other way is Angus McTwa. Cam Amber. Just trying to make that one extra pass to really get full advantage of Serby plushie. And somebody is injured. Most likely isn't our guys, given we're rough and tumble here. Stick throw. Big stick throw there by Cam Amber. Excellent accuracy on that stick throw. Angus McTwa trying that little yo-yo majory. Lancelot. Got Giddy on the mustache. Taking pot shots. Everybody taking shots at the Butcher. Butcher's got to be on his game, and so far, for the most part, he has been. Lancelot with the shot. Who's putting us down? Who keeps dumping us? Is that, sword sound? Maybe that's a mechanic that I don't fully understand yet. Cam Hammer comes up with it after a stick throw. Big blast there by Sergei Lancelot. And then Sergei Lancelot, the big man with 160 checking, gets dumped. It's unlikely. Dan hooks right. In all alone. And the Butcher somehow fights that one off. An unlikely outcome to end the first period. 11 shots to 10. 27 hits to 10. Cam Amber sustains an injury. Yikes. Alright, so his shot power is tanked. Well, given that's the case, we've got to bring in the Stu Stumple. We'll have to rest you, Cam Amber. Stu Stumple sporting, equivalent stats for the most part. Don't have a lot of speed on the ice, though. And it's kind of showing. It really is. With our ability to get down the ice and get in an offensive position to score. That's what I'm noticing. McTwa, though, how about that? Oh, I don't think so, pal. Better be real careful. That's right. Break his bones. No goal. Give me a break, man. Are you blind? It's like you need some glasses. Well, I mean, you already got glasses, but you need some glasses there, pal. Alright, Stu Stumple in all alone. What can we do to set this up? Lancelot with a fierce, fierce shot. Lots of horsepower. Lots of miles per hour on that. Lancelot for the one-timer. I mean, that was a good-looking play. It was a good-looking area to take the shot from as well. Stu Stumple coming back with a bit of speed. It's going to hit McTwa. From the slot position. All alone. Just misses it. Stu Stumple comes back through the defensive zone and gets the interception, but... And yeah, they are just... We're stacking bodies here. We're stacking bodies. What we're doing is felonious in probably like 48 states. And Hook's right gets all in. Real close. Actually, I don't think that was Hook's right. Whatever. Zebra crew, right? Alright, lays him down. McShaggy. And the ref tries to get the goal. I know what you're doing, ref. I see ya. Stu Stumple with the shots. How about that? Can't wave that one off. Stu Stumple. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful goal. 2-1. Good guys. Stu Stumple with another shot. Getting on the mustache gets absolutely buried in the corner. Stu Stumple. Almost got it. Great stick there by Lancelov. The man is showing physicality, but also a little bit of deftness. And how about that, Lancelov? Never mind, that was Angus McTwaw. Hard to tell. You guys have helmets on, right? Alright, Angus McTwaw. Back to Stu Stumple. Back to Lancelov. Huge shot there. Stu Stumple gets the interception. And how about that, Lancelov? It's just like rattling around. It looks like McTwaw sustains an injury, but the Serby plushie procs off yet again. And who would have thought we'd be so injured against the feeble Zebra crew? This is a team you can check into oblivion, man. But McTwaw's feet are injured, so therefore his speed is tanked. That's not good, man. Where's the infirmary when you need it? Lancelov, big blast there. Huge blast. Who keeps putting me down, honestly? Who keeps dumping Lancelov? It just doesn't happen. Nobody can dump the big man. Unless you have like 500 checking. Stu Stumple with a very, very swift shot there. Beats him over the shoulder. Alright, not bad. Scoring parade. Just opening up. And that's how that one wraps up a very eventful second period. Cam Member and Angus McTwaw with injuries. I mean, you got to pull Angus McTwaw given the liability that he is without any speed. So, got to go to the Kowalski well. And let's keep him in the speed slot, actually. So, Lancelov, you are the lone star player. Get it done. Let's go. Let's close him out here. Kowalski, great job. Alright, Kowalski. Coming up, streaking a little bit. Big blast there by Lancelov. Way offline. Charge shot by Lancelov. Well, a critical shot, more like. And who keeps dumping my players, man? Like, honestly, I'm curious about this. Getting on the mustache. Let's just lay down on the ice. I think it's got to be the... It seems like it's the ref, and I do believe that... Yeah, Lancelov's hurt. Injured hands, really. Lancelov's down again. Kowalski in all alone suddenly. Stu Stumple with the shot. I mean, can't you guys hurt Stu Stumple? He likes being hurt. Lancelov loses the helmet. And, I mean, there's literally a pile of bodies. And then Dan Hook's right. Just in all alone. Nobody within 150 feet. Big shot there by Kowalski. And boys, we haven't won this yet. Alright, so we collide. Suppose that's one of the drawbacks of spike armor. Stu Stumple. Butcher gobbles that one up. Feeds it to Stumple, who hits Kowalski. And Kowalski gets laid down like this ragdoll. Huge hit there. Lancelov gets it. Here we go. Got the green light to score. Lancelov with the shot. A weak shot. The mustache is hurt. And he gets dumped in the neutral zone. Hook's right gets dumped. And here we go. Back the other way. Kowalski. The nice shot by Kowalski there. Let's drill the ref. I think it's the ref that's hurting all my players, man. Get out of here, ref. Know what you're doing. Here we go. Kowalski with the shot. It's going to hit La Mustache, who acts as a human barrier. Getting on the mustache. His life was flashing before his eyes going up on the boards against Lancelot coming back. How about that? Hits a pipe. Kowalski. The great opportunity there. Stu Stumple. Gets it in tight to Kowalski, and this one's going to wrap up 5-3. Wish we would have been able to do more, but everybody is injured. Literally, everybody is injured. So, can we get an early infirmary in the next map here? We're going to have to find out. Amber's hurt, McTwaw's hurt, Lancelot's hurt, and Kowalski's hurt. My goodness, man. Crazy. Crazy. Alright, so we have Wild Shot. We have Chexplosion, which is, I mean, that's a fun one to mess around with. It really is. But we also have to consider, I think you got to go hat trick bonus on Lancelot. Chexplosion is going to affect my players as well. I think you probably got to do it, actually. For the sake of content, Chexplosion on Lancelot, you bet. Double reward. Twice as many relic rewards. Last minute, gain plus 30 overall in the last 30 seconds of every period. Speed monthly, give each player a random speed talent. I mean, we do lack in speed. We really do. Let's grab that. And can we get an early infirmary? The next available infirmary is... okay, toward the end, so we're going to have to bench players. Another free agent. So we have to choose between Cam Ember Chaos or free agent. We'd probably go free agent. And then we definitely want to angle toward the infirmary in versus the Dirty Cultists. Looks like we got a Lancelot upgrade here as well. And things begin with the team training. Okay. So literally everybody is hurt. What do we have though? So you get Puck Rocket plus 10 speed when you possess the puck. You get plus 20 speed without the puck. Lancelot gets Dashing Domino, gain plus 10 speed for each goal last game, okay? So he's going to have to be a prolific scorer. McTwaw gets Puck Hunt. And the other team has the puck plus 15 speed, and you get Puck Hunt as well. Okay. So let's see. He's injured one game. You're injured one game. One game. So everybody's just a little bit banged up. So we're going to have to really field a suboptimal team. I think, so 13 speed is crippling. So McTwaw probably has to remain out. 15 shot power isn't good. Kowalski has a little shot power, so does Stu Stumple. I mean, we're in versus this goofy shooting star team. That I think you probably need a Lancelot for. I mean, you can beat him with speed. That's the thing. You can beat him with speed. Kowalski's got checking. Do you maybe go Cam Amber here? He's got a lot of speed. No shot power, but he's got accuracy to make up for it, maybe. No checking for you. Lancelot. Think you probably have to do this. Did that save? It did. Okay, team training. Let's get it. Shot power, accuracy, checking. I think shot power is probably the one. Or maybe accuracy. Let's go accuracy. Lancelot upgrade, you bet. Plus 15 shot power, the howitzer or silent hero. Plus 5 overall if you register at least 1 assist and no goals. At least 1 assist and no goals. I mean, he's going to have a lot of shot power. I think silent hero. There will probably be games where he doesn't get goals, right? Right, here we go. Shooting star. We'll have to see how period number 1 goes. It's going to be a tight one, though, given the injuries that are mounting on our team. But Cam Amber, of course, has the stick throw, which is part of the reason why I like using him. Stu Stumple in. Nice and tight. Great stick throw there by Cam Amber. Right, the Butcher fights that one off. The little jump shot, right? The gimmicky jump shot. And here we go. Lancelot with the shots. Can't remember with the shot in nice and tight. He's going to win that board battle, though. Feed it to Lancelov. Swift shot there. Very swift shot. And Lancelov doing his best to bring the aggression is what we need. How about that? Cam Amber. Oh, man. Great scoring opportunity there by Cam Amber. Stu Stumple offline there, and Check Explosion procs off. Looks like it doesn't proc off every time, perhaps. Cam Amber. Great job by Stu Stumple. Great stick there. And Lancelov gets sucked up in the Typhoon. Cam Amber playing a bit physical. Stick throw. Gets 3 of them with 1 stick. That's pretty funny. All right, the Butcher fights that one off. Cam Amber is stickless. All right, great fight off there by the Butcher as well. And back the other way we go. Thought I had a guy on the wing. No, never mind. He's down on the ice. Probably nursing another injury, man. That's what it looks like to me. Lancelov getting aggressive. Cam Amber doing his best impression of Lancelov. And how about that? The jump shots. So Stu Stumple is hurt. So is Cam Amber. My goodness, man. Everybody is hurt. What are the chances of that? What am I supposed to do with this? You give me just a completely devastated lineup. What am I supposed to do with this? No checking, no shot power. Good speed and accuracy. Stu Stumple's thriving. Having a great time. No speed for you, Kowalski. Probably has to go in for Amber, I think. I mean, we're down a goal here, guys. This is what we have to do. Come on now. We can do it. Just got to get that first goal. Get the first one. And win the face-off too, guys. Jump shot. And Check Explosion procs off. We got 2 men down. The Butcher gets up, though. Stu Stumple gets it done. Beautiful, beautiful. Assisted by Lancelov and the Butcher. Serby plushie procs off again. And how about that? Freddy Kowalski. Got a little bit of a scoring train rolling here. You bet. All right. So super intense. Everybody is hurt. But Kowalski just keeps getting in the right position to make plays, man. Just making plays. And it's a good thing we got that extra goal because Selcho Bob just gets it done quickly. And the Butcher comes up with it. Fights it off, right? That's what he does. Stu Stumple in nice and tight. He's going to lay him down. Lancelov. Almost. Kowalski comes up with it. Stu Stumple gets stumped. And a critical shot. Lancelov. They definitely changed up Check Explosion. I think it's more viable now. Freddy Kowalski drills it. Stu Stumple with a critical assist there, man. Huge assist. Selcho Bob. Can't get it done. How about that? Stu Stumple, a thing of beauty. And the man is cooking. He's showing that he should probably be in the starting lineup. He really is. He's showing out for us. The Butcher fights that one off. Just fighting off shot after shot after shot. The Butcher, always the unsung hero. And an early pass there to Lancelov. Almost devastating. Way to fight that one off, Butcher. Lancelov kind of breaks rank to go for some checking. But ends up coming up with it. Stu Stumple gets laid down near the neutral zone. And this one's going to wrap up with a bunch of players on the ice, but somehow we prevail despite all of the injuries. I mean, Lancelot is playing hurt out there, but doing a good job. All right, so Amber back to health, McTwa back to health, Lancelot back to health, Kowalski back to health. You love to see it. It was absolutely necessary. Only 10 shots on goal there, but again, 25 hits, 6 faceoffs, 1. And we went to the Serby plushie well a couple of times. All right, so what do we have? Iron Helmet, we got Dribbler or Explosion. Explode on knockout. So Lancelot again. And he's already got the Iron Helmet. Plus 40 shot power. Control and shoot the puck without a stick. This would be good for Cam Amber. But he's not an option here, man. I mean, what do we do? This on Stu Stumple wouldn't be the worst. Let's give it to Stu Stumple, plus 40 shot power. I mean, he's got some impressive stats, actually. And we're actually like, everybody's got helmets on in this team. It's kind of funny. So Lancelot is now nearing injury again. Kowalski nearing injury again. Stu Stumple is straight up injured, but makes him really, really viable. I mean, look at those stats. Cam Amber still has a body injury. Upper body injury. I mean, Lancelot. Let's get in McTwa again. I mean, been looking forward to rolling McTwa and Lancelot. I think Stumple stays in, especially while he's injured. Amber can continue to train the overall. That's completely fine. Kowalski probably needs you with more speed, man. Right, so far so good. Cam Amber Chaos or Stu Stumple. I think you probably want to do this and then add another free agent. Target practice level 2 for Stu Stumple. Cannon arm or wild shots. Plus 7 shot accuracy after winning a game. So his shot accuracy is up because his eye is gouged out effectively and he's a masochist. Let's go with target practice. I mean, level 2 is completely fine. And a free agent. So Getty on the mustache with the kazoo. So the kazoo is pretty good. Or Ryan Pepito, sporting a 75 overall, 81 speed, 91 shot power, 95 accuracy, 34 checking. I mean, if we look at La Mustache, 81 checking, 76 shot power. This guy's got just so much better offensive potential and 81 speed. Pepito, get it! Let's train you in checking there, pal. What does he have? 1 strike. Your body checks always succeed. Okay. You could certainly do worse than that. I like what we're cooking with here, though, boys. Chaos 4, Lancelot, and then in versus the Crusaders. I think we got to go football club here, or fight club, depending on your perspective. And into the infirmary, just to make sure we're all patched up prior to facing the cultists. Let's go. I mean, too many injuries. All right, McTwa. All right, nice. Little round ball action here today. So check explosion procs off, and you know, they're just wide open here, man. All right, Lancelot, coming back the other way. Lays down the dummy. And yeah, if they're just allowed to simply take shots at your goaltender, they're going to score goals here, man. All right, great job there, Lancelot. McTwa, wide open. Wide open. Gets the scoring period started for the good guys. And of course, Serby plushie procs off and just stacking bodies here. Except for McTwa, appears to be injured yet again. And Lancelot with the check explosion check. Since when is this team so physical, man? This is usually a team you can just assault feloniously. McTwa's hurt, injured shoulder, so his checking is going to be toast. Tried to get in a little too tight there, man. All right, McTwa. Into the crease. McTwa, another goal. And a thing of beauty. The equalizer ties this one up. All right, nice. Bone-crunching hit there. It's good it's on them for once. Right, how about that? Mictois is just on fire with the hat trick. Not to mention Serbi Plushie just procking off left and right here. Great physical play there by Mictois. Filters it back to Lancelot, who gets, again, just laid down. What is up with the big man getting laid down? And it looks like that one beats the Butcher somehow. Pat Maroon Donna. Try from a tight angle there. Zdanajad. Check explosion procs off yet again. And what do you know? We're dealing with some more injuries. So Mictois with 36 checking, but I mean, he does have the overall. That's still pretty high. 80 speed still. I mean, 80 speed. Remember when we were looking at a 20 speed Mictois? Can't remember with 100 speed. That's impressive. Stick throw as well. Ryan Pepito. I mean, what do we need? Lancelot is nearing injury. The guy's still okay. .54 speed. I think you probably have to run this back. Either that or add in Pepito. I mean, he's got impressive shot power. But do you take out Mictois? I know Pepito, yeah, see he's small. Like, very, very small. That's funny, you wear the glasses, the helmet on. That's funny. I mean, Stumple's in, given he's injured. Mictois hurt for 3 games. Body injury. You serious, man? I guess we gotta pull him. I don't like to do this. But Lancelot's gonna be our... It's gonna be our X factor. I mean, 3 games? Guess that's why you gotta get to the infirmary at the end. Ryan Pepito. Not afraid to lay down some bodies. Get laid down himself, I guess. My goodness, guys. Just get it. Pepito, sporting a lot of speed. Stu Stumple. Trying to play some hero ball. Lancelot. On the doorstep. You gotta take the shot there, Lancelot. Alright, Pepito. Tracks it down. Never mind. He gets it swiped from him. Lancelot coming back. Pepito. Ah, great scoring opportunity there for Mr. Pepito. And Lancelot just throws the wood. Just throws it hard. Pepito. It's Stu Stumple streaking in, and you bet Stu Stumple doesn't miss that time. How about that? Ryan Pepito says, welcome to the squad. More like we're saying that to him. After that performance. Great goal there. Great insurance goal. This team can also score in bunches. They really can. Just like that. All kinds of goofy things. It's hard to stop. Hard to stop them on offense. When they're on offense, that is. All right, Pepito. Let's hit ya. Streaking. He's got a lot of speed. Comes in. The great deal of speed. Stu Stumple. Critical shots from a good angle. Lancelot. We need you, man. Stu Stumple just stacking bodies. How about that? So they get it done. Tie it up. 5-5. This team is a real challenge with just 3. Lancelot, though, gets it done. The big foot of the Lancelot. And what's going on there? I don't know if you saw that. That was kind of goofy. Butcher jumps on this one. And we're going to get a face-off. Offensive zone. The ball goes rolling away. Lancelot accepts a very, very critical pass. And Pepito just gets dumped in the corner. All right, critical shot fought up by the Butcher. This is huge. All right, way to go, boys. Good job. Lancelot, the MVP out there, man. We needed him to step up, and he did. Especially as, you know, people recover from injury. A pretty intense matchup, though. 6-5 versus the Hockey Fight Club or Football Club. They doubled us up on time of attack. We threw the body as we normally do. Just 9 shots. We're not getting enough shots on goal here in Chapter 2. We're just not. All right, Grandma's Broth plus 15 overall when an injury is healed. Lost Fungus, picking up a loose puck propels your skaters forward. Frog opponents for 10 seconds when winning a face-off. Can't use talents or ability. Let's go with Grandma's Broth level 2. Given we're just constantly injured. And yeah, into the infirmary, you absolutely bet. Power transfer for Sergei Lancelot. Let's heal everybody. McTwa with a 2 additional game injury. How about this? Look at these stats. 101, 116, 103, 201. In the checking. Wow. Angus McTwa. Gonna need probably every bit of that. 130 and 131. The 2 key stats for Sergei Lancelot. And he's every bit of 101 overall, right? The guy's got a lot of presence out there. Stu Stumple has finally returned to normal, but still sporting, 114 and 122 in the shot categories. I mean, who do we like better? Do we like Cam Amber better? Maybe with the stick throw, just a little bit. 108 speed. Stu Stumple is actually turning into a force, man. And Ryan Pepito is also a decent option. Stu Stumple needs to train that speed. Kowalski trained the overall. And in versus the Dirty Cultist here, boys. Do we like this? Yeah, Lancelot on defense, McTwa. Or do we go full defense? Let's try full defense for the first period here. What I don't like is when we win the face-off. There's too many guys to the left. This is going to spread them out just a little bit more. All right, so here we go. Cam Amber with the early shots. Roy McShaggy. Hit by the stick throw. And McTwa comes up with it. Angus McTwa. How about that? Lancelot just won't be denied. McTwa with the big shot there. Kelly Jelly, the evil incarnates. Gotta watch out for a matchup with Lancelot if you're her, I suppose. All right, here we go. Lancelot gets it going. McTwa. Back to Cam Amber. In all alone, and looks like that one deflects. Somehow, scarily. Off the inside of the pipe. And then just goes out of play. And somehow, that one remains out. ×2. And then Lancelot just throws the body. Rory McShaggy usually has a lot of presence. Tough guy to knock out. Well, not when you got Lancelot. Big blast there. The Butcher gobbles that one up. Excellent job by the Butcher. Coming back the other way. All right, let's go, boys. We got the assists. McTwa with the shot. In a nice and tight on the Butcher there. And Ember turns the ice before I could pass it. Right, so I sold out big time to deploy the check, and then Kelly Jelly, or the evil incarnate version of Kelly Jelly, just wide open. Stick throw. Great stick throw there by Cam Amber. And he quickly corrals his own stick, and the Butcher goes completely around the net. First time I've ever seen that. Lancelot with the shot. Got a stick throw. Takes out the ref. Big body check there by Lancelot. Some would even call it a check explosion. Right, Butcher out of position. Captain Colt secures the goal, and we're at the bottom of the well here, boys. All right, here we go. Lancelot. And maybe a little bit too tight. And Mictois puts that player through the boards. And not good after one. It's not good. It's not good enough. Anyways, 20 hits is great. But everything else needs to be better. How we looking? Do we like this lineup? I mean, Cam Ember is the fastest on the team with 108 speed, right? Lancelot's doing great things, but he can't get over aggressive. Right, when you have him selected, you just want to, like, check with them. I think you got to run it back. Maybe move Amber to the right wing. To have a more forward presence. Looks like Lancelot is ice. Lancelot was in all alone. And somehow, Mictois gets hit by that. But the pass is online. Mictois with a big shot, just off the mark. Butcher, gobble that one up. All right, good job, Butcher. Okay, Ember gets in tight. Just can't quite thread the needle. Guys, what are we doing here, guys? We don't have any defense, right? There's just no defensive presence. That's the problem. Lancelot with the shots. Finally lights the lamp. Finally gets us on the board. We got to keep that going. Keep that energy. Keep that vibe. Mictois. Kelly Jelly is just killing us, man. Everybody's iced up or without a stick. Got to hold on to it. All right, Lancelot receives the face-off win. Mictois coming back through. Got Cam Ember. How about that? Cam Ember gets it done. 2-3. We're battling back. We are battling back. Let's keep it going. All right, here we go. Mictois. Lancelot. How about that? The great equalizer, Sergei Lancelot. And you love to see it, man. You love to see it. Mictois with the shot. With that, nice stick throw by Mr. Ember. Butcher, gobble that one up. Good job. And we'll just take the offensive zone face-off, or defensive zone face-off. Not a great one to lose here, boys. Especially in that fashion. Devastating fashion. What are we trying to do here? We just managed to tie it up. We're trying to give it back. Mictois, how about that? On the backhand, a thing of beauty. Assisted, of course, by Mr. Lancelot as well. The guy's just a beast. He started off as a project, right? Got to get his speed up. All the physical traits are certainly there. And now he's just an absolute behemoth out there, man. All right, the Butcher gobbles that one up. And we chose a good period to wake up. Mictois with a great shot. Great opportunity at the shot. And Lancelot back the other way, through the neutral zone. Doesn't quite have the speed of other players, of course. But Lancelot right there, man. He's looking at a hat trick. Cam Ember with a great assist. Found a little bit of open ice, and you bet the rest is history. Got a 3-5 advantage. The Butcher gobbles that one up. Back the other way is Mictois, but no, the ref gets in his way. In fact, ref, you make me want to just absolutely lay you out because you got in my way. You're always getting in my way, ref. All right, 19 shots to 24. So that has evened out just a little bit. Time on attack is getting a little more in our favor. But most importantly, 44 hits and 5 goals to 3. We chose a great time to come out and score 5 goals, right? 5 goals in one period. You love to see it. How's everybody looking? Okay, Lancelot, 24 speed, 26 accuracy. I don't think you can take the guy out. He's a one-man wrecking ball. All right, good job. Let's go. Mictois. Cam Ember. with a shifty move. He's going to lay down that cultist casting spells on me, man. All right, come on, Lancelot. Get it. Good job. Coming back to a streaking Cam Amber in the neutral zone. Loses the puck battle. Then throws a stick in anger, perhaps. All right, Butcher gobbles that one up. Cam Amber. He's got some speed coming back the other way, but no numbers. Except for Lancelot gets in tight. A good opportunity there. Actually turned out to be a better opportunity than I thought. Got a swift pass to Cam Amber. Neutral zone. McTois comes up, feeds it up to Lancelot, who takes a shot. Lancelot just taking this game over by way of offensive opportunities, at least. He's got 3 goals as well. 3 clutch, huge goals. And Kelvin Dord just on the doorstep, using magnetism, magery, and trickery. Lancelot loses it on some lumber. And Lancelot, we need every bit of you, man. All right, good job, Butcher. Way to fight that one off. Coming back the other way, we got Cam Amber, who manages to feed it into McTois somehow, and Lancelot goes for the full body check, just completely sells out. He's got to stop doing that. The temptation is always there, though, right? It's just too much fun. It's not smart. McTois with a great shot. Lancelot again selling out for the check. He's got to get back into position. It's what we got to do. The Butcher. 4-5 hockey game here, boys. We got another period to go. Actually, no, never mind. This is the final period. Kelvin Dord gets laid down. Kelly Jelly with a great deal of speed coming through. Rory McShaggy in the backhand. Can't get it done. And back the other way we go. Errant pass. Like, just not a good pass at all. We're going to give him another rush here. Come on now, guys. This ain't the Spartans, man. This is the end of the second frame. Great aggressive check there by McTois. And we should have enough time to kind of salt out the clock. Cam Amber gets dumped. And a final rush. The Butcher fights that one off. Goes back to McTois, and that's all she wrote for this one, folks. Very trying and telling game. Very intense, man. Very, very intense. But we get it done. Absolutely, and we're moving on to Act 3. Let's go. Crowd's loving it. 41 shots to 24. 50 hits to 16. Really moved the puck around well. Won some face-offs. And 3 huge goals for Mr. Sergei Lancelot, the behemoth. Now we got Dribbler. We have hat trick bonus, blue line boost. So I could give Dribbler to Cam Amber. So he can throw, he can do the stick throw and then intercept. You definitely got to do it. It's a great one for him. Last minutes. We have defense monthly or comfy cushion at a random extra bench slot with random talent bonus. And we do have a lot of bench players. Now, I was told in a video that it didn't appear like this one was doing anything. But this would be just absolutely huge as I think about what we have before us. We got to take last minute and just hope it works. Lancelot got plus 20 speed for that endeavor. Now he's rocking 90 speed because of that little domino that he's got there. I mean, terrific, man. Absolutely terrific. Lancelot is becoming a beast. Not much for accuracy, but the man is quick, high-powered, and high-checking. Love me some Lancelot. McTois looking nice and fierce, too. Is it going to be enough, though? That's going to be the question. Player training for McTois. Otherwise, we could get a goalie coach and then a shot power upgrade. Looks like we're in verbatim versus the Tycoons. Maybe we can get Lancelot a special skill here. So let's go ahead and train McTois. What does he have? Shot power, more speed. I'll get him more speed. Alright, so Cam Amber puck hunts. Gain plus 25 speed. Last minute can get an upgrade on this. In the last 45 seconds of every period or tomahawk up. Throw your stick and it automatically returns to your hand. Well, he's got Dribbler. But that seems great, man. We got to go in on this. And in versus the Tycoons. An easy place to leave with a lot of injuries. So we've got Team Canada or the Princess. Bunch of infirmaries, which is great. So I could get healed up. We could go to Team Canada. This Tycoons team hurts you, but we have a bit better of a team to handle it this time around. I want to see if we can maybe get a special skill. So I'm going to orient myself to the top. But in versus the Tycoon. Well, Tycoons. Let's go. McTwa. Of course, they have the big squad, right? These guys are slow, but can really throw the body. McTwa with the shot. But we can also throw the body, too. Big blast there. Butcher. Can't handle it. Rebound is picked up by McTwa. Lancelot gets in close. Gets dumped. K-Member throws the body. Obviously the most diminutive out there, but what do you know? He's got dribbler. Bam. Big blast. He's like, I don't need a stick, bro. Alright, the Butcher secures it. K-Member with a little bit of space. Feeds it back to McTwa. Huge shot there. And you're darn right we can dump these guys. Big blast there. McTwa wins the board fight. And then gets dumped. Lancelot gets dumped. McTwa with the stretch pass in all alone. Well, mostly all alone. One player to beat. Lancelot, how about that? Gets it done. Accuracy on display. Not known for his accuracy, but gets it done anyways. You love to see it. Little yo-yo majory. And now, of course, we have the small squad. These guys are a little speedier. This team rocks two lines. Amber. Lancelot. A thing of beauty. Lancelot just... Man, is he just coming alive. He's a behemoth. He's just so good. Lancelot. Just incredible. Incredible stuff by Mr. Lancelot. Big blast there. Lancelot gets laid down. The Butcher's got to gobble that one up. Butcher, gobble it up. Good job. Hits it back to McTwa. Coming with some speed. He's got Amber on his wing. Back to McTwa. Little tic-tac-toe action. You absolutely bet. Angus McTwa. I'm going to chase these guys out of their own arena. McTwa. Huge shot. Back to Amber. To Lancelot. Back to Amber. Shot from the circle. Nothing. Lancelot comes alive. Hits McTwa. Lancelot with the shot from the blue line. Shot power on display. And Lancelot just almost drills that diminutive Tycoons player. About 3-0 after one. Not bad at all. 10 shots to 7. 26 hits to 22. You love to see it. Alright, the small line is back out there. Lancelot doesn't mess around in front of the net. Absolutely. Here you go. K-Member coming with numbers and speed. McTwa with the goal. And we chase them out of their own arena. You love to see it. K-Member. Great setup there. Don't often have that. Well, at least we didn't have that until we started getting more team speed. And then we can win those, one-on-twos with a couple of swift passes. You love to see it. Great job, guys. All right, Bouncy McBounce. Bench charger or on guard. Disarm your opponent when taking the puck away from them. Does checking count? Because if it does, I mean, Lancelot or McTwa would be great. Otherwise, Bouncy McBounce, if we think about... Stick throw doesn't necessarily have a cooldown. It's more, can you get your stick? K-Member doesn't necessarily need it. I mean, this is interesting. You probably go on guard. Sergei Lancelot. I do believe he's going to cause them to lose their sticks. Alright, so, Blade Master, I want to see if we can get Lancelot a special skill. And I do believe everybody is nice and healed up. So, Yo-Yo upgrade. One timer yourself for critical shot and AoE knockout. Wow. +8 overall if you register at least 1 assist, no goals. Increases the radius of the check explosion. I mean, we gotta do it. For content. Let's go, team training. Accuracy, speed, and shot power. Feel like we're pretty good on speed. Let's go accuracy. Not one to overlook. All right, so all of these guys are nearing injury after a rumble with the Tycoons. But we got to roll them out. We got an infirmary at the end that we will take before facing the golfers. Let's roll them out, see if maybe we can get a couple of goals early, and then we can put in our second line. Team Canada, here we go. All right, hits McTois in the neutral zone. Coming back the other way. Little yo-yo majory, and then Cam Ember from a very, very sharp angle gets it done. You love to see it. All right, good job, Cam Ember. Lancelov's just a beast. You don't want to touch the man. McTois in from tight. And then the stick throw by Cam Ember actually makes contact with McTois. Knocks him out. McTois with a lot of just horsepower and momentum. Big shot there. Little yo-yo majory. Cam Ember in nice and tight. And the Butcher fights that one off. Ends up with it. All right, here we go. Lancelot coming back through. McTois. Big shot there by Angus McTois. And you bet Serby plushie procking off yet again. All right, good stuff. Huge check there. And that one's just swiped right from Cam Ember. And then the magnetism actually works against him. That was a goal. Cam Ember streaking in. Dumps it back to McTois. Great opportunity. And the Butcher fights that one off. And it's just up in the air. Cam Ember with the shot. He's got a lot of speed these days. And the critical shots. Wide side. Normand Marino gets it done. All right, Cam Ember's waiting for it. He's going to hit McTois. Back through. Cam Ember. A great shot. Great position. Great goal for Mr. Ember. And you bet Serby plushie procs off yet again. Man, we are just going to that well. Cam Ember. I feel like he hasn't had a ton of goals. But boy, is he showing up here, man. He's doing a great job, too. Cam Ember just... I mean, the man just keep taking shots. Lancelot drills a Canadian in the defensive zone, and here we go. Cam Ember, another one. McTois gets back real quick, and here we go, boys. Set it up. Cam Ember, one more. I mean, Dribbler increases his shot power by like 50, so it's actually more beneficial to play without a stick for Mr. Ember. Butcher is sporting some good stats too, given he does get the overall bonus when Serby plushie procs off, right? So what are we looking at? Like plus 60 overall due to the Serby plushie. It's good stuff. Let's keep going. Let's roll him out there again. Got some really good bench strength though. Look at Stu Stumple, 152, 136, 84 checking. Needs more speed, but 152 in the accuracy, man. That's crazy. Ryan Pepito is diminutive in size. One thing I don't like about him. Cam Ember, though, just zipping around the ice. All right, let's go, boys. And somehow that one leaks through, what, 5-hole on the Butcher? Kind of crazy, man. How about that? A thing of beauty. Players draped all over him. Angus McTois still gets it done. And here we go. Cam Ember. Ends up a little wide. Stick throw, you bet. Almost gets it. And how about that? So, they're not done. 3-5. They are not done. Cam Ember. In nice and tight. Stick throw. Cam Ember comes up with it. Back to McTois through the neutral zone. Comes up looking for Cam Ember. Just kicks it in. Now usually they wave off a goal that is kicked in. Intentionally kicked in, right? Just obviously and blatantly kicked in. That is not a goal, but in tape to tape, we operate with a different set of rules, and we got just a scoring frenzy. All right, back the other way. Cam Amber coming in. McTois with the shot. Up real tight. McTois gets it in the neutral zone and then sounds like suffers an injury in a critical shot. So McTois with an eye injury now. So that means his accuracy is just tanked. Cam Amber, though, gets it done, and the scoring parade just continues on here, folks. I mean, what a crazy game this turned out to be. Cam Amber, another one. How many goals is that? Like 6? The man has 6 goals. He's like approaching NHL record. That actually might be the NHL record. How many goals in a game? How about 7? Cam Amber just cannot be stopped. 7 assists for Angus McTois. 7 goals for Mr. Cam Amber. He says, get on my back, team. Get on my spiked back. My spiked back, that is. 9-5. What a crazy, crazy game that was. Equal time on attack. And it's probably good that we decided to be so productive on offense, because, I mean, we got the Golfers up next. We're going to have to be productive on offense against them, of course. And then secondly, I mean, we gave up 5 goals, man. There was a time when every single shot was a goal for them. So what do we have? Backdraft. Opponents get propelled backward after a shot. Nut job. Your first hit of the game always causes an injury. Banana split. Knock out the opponents when winning a face-off. Let's do that. Up against the Golfers, we're going to want to hurt them. Just cripple them. Heals all injured players. Yeah, we need McTois to full health. And in versus the Golfers. This one is all wrapped up. We're going to find out if this team is good enough to result in a winner. Stu Stumple, I mean, he's got the helmet, man. I think you probably have to roll with these guys, these 3, obviously. But what concerns me about the Golfers is what always concerns me. They can score in bunches. And not to mention their stick throw can eliminate Lancelot, Amber. And then we're going to have a bunch of guys on ice, and it's just going to be tough. Let's do our best. We got to do it. We got to do it. Let's get some early goals here, guys. And let's not get lazy like we did against the Canadians. Cam Amber with that shot. Going to start things off here. There you go. There you go. That's called throwing the body. Cam Amber with the shot. From a tight angle. Stick throw. McTois hits Chipper Ramirez. The Butcher. Stick throw. Cam Amber gets it. Who do we got? Lancelot with the shot. Amber needs to get that stick so we can throw it again. All right, let's go. Back the other way, boys. Come on now. Cam Amber. McTois with the shot. Breaks the stick. And they got numbers, yeah. That wasn't good. That wasn't a good sequence. It just wasn't. Didn't have anybody on defense. Everybody was laid down. Or without a stick, or... And then just a nice little... Just calm shots. Beats the Butcher. Lancelot with the shot. And back the other way. Here we go, guys. Come on now. Plays a little dump and chase. And McTois. How about that? How about that? Lancelot lights the lamp. Of course he does. The man is doing everything. The man is doing everything. And the Butcher fights that one off. Great job, Butcher. Cam Amber. What's good about our team, though, is we do have the ferocity. How about that? Lancelot gets hit with the stick throw while he's trying to line up the slap shot. Big slapper there. Cam Amber was probably open on the wing. I just missed him. McTois throws the wood, and the Butcher gives up yet another goal. 3-1. This is what happens versus the Golfers, man. They're just so challenging. Such a tough team to face. Cam Amber, though, in nice and tight. Throws the stick. Pam Pumpernickel gets laid down. And the McTois can't catch up to the speedy wedge whacker. Lancelot, though, the man is just putting the team on his back. His strong and broad back. And he's saying, not today. Not today. At least not yet. Lancelot just throwing the body, man. Such a fun player to play with once he gets all buffed up, beats it up. Great job there by the Butcher. And a very eventful period 1, 3-2. 6 shots to 16, though. We got to do better, but we are attacking more often. By 1 second exactly. Lancelot with 2 goals, 2 clutch goals. And how are we looking from a health standpoint? Cam Amber is nearing injury. I like the stick throw. We need it. We've got to stick with these 3. Let's go, boys. Come on now. All right, Lancelot wins the face-off. Well, receives the face-off. Big shot there. Cam Amber with the stick throw. It's Lancelot. How about that? Lancelot with the hat trick versus the Golfers in the final frame. The final matchup. And the man has just been absolutely on fire. He's insane. He's crazy. The man is crazy. Stick throw there. Huge poke check there by Lancelot. And then just a huge defensive play. Got to use saucer passes there, boys. Got to use the saucer pass. Butcher. Not shy about that one. Fights that one off. Fights that one off as well. Let's get out there enough, man. The sand trap is just so tough to manage. Tough to deal with. Cam Amber, though. Oh, he had it to saucer pass. Might have got it done. And the Butcher. The blocker is just not good enough there, man. Big blast there by Lancelot. Charge shots. Critical shots. And he gets it done. It's critical, man. It's only critical. How about that? Lancelot just cannot miss. The man has 5 goals. I think you just got to keep giving it to him. You got to just keep giving it to him. We'd be crazy to not do so. Pam Pumpernickel in all alone. McTwa comes up with it. Great job by McTwa. Great stick. Coming back. All right, Lancelot gets decked, but McTwa comes up with it. Saucer pass there. In on the sand. Lancelot just helps him find out just the ferocity of 1,000 men. Cam Amber, how about that? Gets it done. Absolutely right. You absolutely bet. All right, good job, Butcher. Butcher with a saucer pass. And gives it back the other way. McTwa saw the writing on the wall, and the Butcher fights that one off. A just key clutch save. All right, we got 40 seconds on the timer, and Lancelot. All right, this isn't good. They got numbers, and they're in all alone. Hudson gets wrecked, and McTwa dodging the stick throw from a sharp angle, probably too sharp of an angle if you ask me. Pam Pumpernickel gets laid down though. Cam Amber, great job. Great positioning. Lancelot coming back the other way. Just a flurry of stick throws. But McTwa comes up with it. Superior speed. Hits Lancelot from a tight angle there. How about that? Lancelot on the backhand. You absolutely bet. Number 6. Lancelot. Just, he's otherworldly. In a very eventful second period wraps up 7-4. Good guys. Let's keep up this ferocity here, boys. The shots are evening out. The hits are slightly in our favor. Time on attack is in our favor. You love to see it. Let's go ahead and close it out. Lancelot, you are an absolute beast. You love Sergei Lancelot. My goodness, man. 6 goals, 1 assist, 6 assists for Mr. McTwa. And it's our ability to crash bodies with them. Right? They fear us. We can put them on the ice, or the sand, or the fairway, depending on your perspective, I suppose. But we can put them down. Angus McTwa with 178 overall. Absolutely crazy, but Sergei Lancelot, the 161 shot power, it's enough to routinely beat the golfer goaltender. Despite, sick throws and everything else that is working against us. Just can't get lazy here. Can't get lazy. Let's go. All right, stick throw coming. And it's online. Of course it's online. Can't remember, though. He's made a habit of kicking the puck, and Pam Pumpernickel, I do believe, sustains an injury. least it sounded like it. Okay, remember. Beautiful opportunity. McTwa just lays down Pam Pumpernickel, their captain. Best player. Just objective best player is Pam Pumpernickel. Alright, McTwa. Not much he could do about that. Lancelot, though. Big shots and then crashes some bodies. McTwa coming with a lot of speed. Catches up to Pumpernickel and puts her down. Butcher gobbles that one up. Coming back the other way. We got Cam Member. That one goes errant off the boards. Another injury. Golfers just finding out. Lancelot. A lot of presence out there. Can Ember grab it? Can somebody grab it? And we're all down. Everybody's down. And then Lancelot puts them all back down again. Stick throw coming in. Somehow that one gets back through to Lancelot, which is crazy, man. Stick throw is just disastrous. Big blast there by Lancelot. His slap shot has been the difference. It's been winning. Cam Ember in nice and tight. Pam Pumpernickel. Subject to the stick throw. A little stick throw of my own. And that one hits some lumber. And the Butcher. How about this? Stretch pass to Ember. Back to Lancelot. How about that? Lancelot gets it done. The 7th goal. Oh my goodness. The man is unconscious. Degreeless. The man cannot be stopped, and McTwa gets his own rebound, and why not? Let's rub some sand trap in the wounds. Why not? You bet. How about that? Another injury. Lancelot is just a human heat-seeking missile out there. The man is so fast, he cannot even be touched. And then McTwa's a missile himself. I mean, check explosion. I think it's viable. It's a viable option to actually take. Where in the previous version of the game, it wasn't necessarily that viable. It was destructive to your own team, especially when the capable hands of Lancelot, and we're going to get out of here with the W. You absolutely love to see it here, friends. Now, if you've been following along with the Tape to Tape series here on the channel, you would know that we fell short just a couple of times. But this has got to be probably my craziest run ever. I mean, it has to be. It has to be. Sergei Lancelot, an absolute monster. I've never seen anything quite like it. And we put it together here today. So absolutely, absolutely. I mean, Sergei Lancelot, the man is just unconscious. Insane. Such an effective slap shot. Look at all them injuries too, man. So everything began with Putson and Wedge Whacker got hurt, hands and shoulders, right? And then Pam Pumpernickel hurts the hands. Chipper Ramirez, shoulders. Pam Pumpernickel with the shoulders as well. So they were all just crippled, injured legs there for insult to injury on Mr. Chipper Ramirez. And you love to see it, friends. We put together here a winner. And you love to see it. Love to get back into the win column. Now, a couple of keeper stats here. So what do we have? Angus McTwa with 17 goals, 14 for Sergei Lancelot. 21 assists for Lancelot, 24 for McTwa. 41 points, 35 points for Lancelot. 27 for Amber, and then also 24 for Sue Stumple, right? So we have 4 players with 20 plus points. Not bad at all. 49 shots by McTwa, 35 for Lancelot. 115 hits for Lancelot, 83 for McTwa. We really brought a physical brand of hockey. And I wish they showed like the final stats here on this page. They don't. They show like the current stats, or maybe at the time of recruiting, the time the run started. But, I mean, absolutely insane. Like, Angus McTwa had over 200 checking. Lancelot had like 170 shot power. And we needed every ounce of it in that final frame versus the Golfers. You absolutely love to see it. And you love turning in a winner. I mean, weren't much for defense, right? The run almost ended versus the Fight Club. The Shooting Stars gave us some problems early on. The Cultists tried to beat us, for sure. Didn't have any overtime. We completely schooled the Tycoons because we were able to outcheck them. And what a fun run, man. Definitely one to remember. Definitely one of my craziest ones. Absolutely. So there's the final makeup of the team. Let's go ahead and land this plane on yet another successful episode of Tape to Tape. Love this game. It's a ton of fun. And of course, it can be aggravating. At times, I mean, it certainly can. We've had a couple of attempts in past episodes where we just fell short. Well, we have a win on veteran with the defense squad and now the trio squad. So looking forward, we got to get the basic squad in the win column. And of course, the speedy squad. We'll probably do the speedy squad next. And also have another experimental game build that we can certainly try as well. Love playing some tape to tape. If you guys enjoy it too, then of course, smash that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next tape to tape upload. So thanks so much, my friends. I do appreciate you spending some time on the channel today. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Have you seen a more insane Lancelot? The guy was an absolute behemoth. And it was so much fun to put together and, you know, just so much fun to commandeer, so much fun to play. Right, Lancelot, absolute beast. One of my favorite characters in the game. Absolutely. You love you some Lancelot, you love you some McTwa, and you love you some wins. Absolutely. So I'm going to get on out of here, my friends, but thanks again. I do appreciate it, and I'll be catching you in the next video. Thanks a lot. Promise you come for me the 6th of June.